Good. Are you here to see anyone in particular?
Well, it's a great warm-up show, but you know, I've been sitting here wondering when Peter Frampton's going to be taking the stage.
I think that's in a couple of weeks there, Joan.
Would you mind handing me my cup, please?
Yeah, are you getting cold or what?
Couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's a couple of weeks back here, the Juanita K. Hammonds, Peter Frampton. But in the meantime, just enjoying the...
But thank you
What?
very, very, very much.
Where are you going?
You have a nice evening. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I'm going to wait for Peter Frampton. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I guess we know why we don't do Man with the Mic anymore, folks. The KY3 50th anniversary celebration continues after this.
Coming up, the man whom KY3 turned away and the best of Joe's Journal.
From the moment I stepped in KY3, that's all I sensed was teamwork. People working for each other, not for themselves. It's not about getting ahead. It's not about getting the next great job. It's about getting a product on the air that our viewers are going to like and benefit from.
What's special about KY3 is the fact that when you walk in the door, you feel 50 years of history. You feel the pride, you feel the commitment, and all of us want to make sure that today is better than the day before.
And welcome back. From the moment that we signed on the air in 1953, KY3 has been and always will be an NBC affiliate. And to achieve the success that we have enjoyed, we have maintained a very strong relationship with the Peacock Network.
Well, in fact, people from KY3 have gone on to work for the network, but we haven't always been the training ground for some of the greats.
In fact, I know of one person who hit the big time without working at KY3. He was invited here tonight, but no.
Oh, no.
Party poop.
But he has a good reason to not be here,
Yeah.
okay? So let's let him tell us.
Hello, folks. Brian Williams at NBC News, and I was invited to be with you for the big anniversary, the big event, and to give you the God's honest truth, I turned it down. And I'll tell you why. I have a very good reason. It all starts at a small television station not far from where you are in the Pittsburgh, Kansas, Joplin, Missouri market, KOAM-TV. That was, as they say, this reporter's first job in the business. That's why when they handed me all the handout information about your big event tonight, I already knew half of the history of KY3, first ENG in the Ozarks, for that matter, first color pictures. For all I know, color pictures were invented in the Ozarks. Always been a trailblazer in the market before there was a market around KY3. Anywho, there I was in the Joplin, Missouri, Pittsburgh, Kansas market, making $174 a week, working a 7-day schedule, news, weather, and sports, shooting 2 of my own stories, 5 of those 7 days a week. Did I mention morning assignment editor for a time? I wanted nothing more after about 13 months there than to move up. After all, it was viewed as a starter market. And where did I want to work? In the worst way, KY3. Fabulous reputation in the market with all of my co-workers. That's when I decided to load up the truck with videotapes, and I went and spent what turned into an entire day in the lobby of KY3. I couldn't get anyone to meet me, shake my hand. Wanted the news director, wanted the general manager to come out, say hi, so I could just hand them a tape and tell them that with the 2 of us combined, I could take their television station to new heights. Nope, I couldn't get arrested in the lobby of KY3. Almost did, in fact, when they told me it was the end of business hours and they were closing up. I just wanted my tape screened. But who's bitter? After all these years, really. I have come back around. I have modernized my thinking into the following. I owe everyone at KY3 a great thanks for not coming to get me or even talk to me in the lobby that day in about 1983 when I was a young, scruffy upstart at the Pittsburgh, Kansas, Joplin, Missouri, NBC affiliate KOAM television. Because if I hadn't had that experience, I wouldn't have moved back to the East Coast to do just about anything for money and fallen into a Chiron job in the control room of the Metro Media station in Washington, which led to work in Philadelphia and New York. And now this place is full of peacocks. They've got catering and coffee, and it's unbelievable. And I'm very happy, and I've had more success than my wildest dreams, and certainly more than I ever thought would be possible, spending an entire day, as I did, in the lobby of KY3. Honest to God, hats off to you for a great job all these many years and decades in a tough business. You have managed to carve out a huge niche in an important part of the country for us. I'll be out there to visit before long. The emotional power of this event was just too much for me. The wounds, as you can tell, are still too raw. But having told this whole story, I can say thank you, KY3, for everything I enjoy today. You're good folks. Congratulations. Have a great party.
Leanne, I fully remember when Brian Williams was there. I thought he was there to cut the grass.
He did manage to get a day job, didn't he?
He did indeed, and he takes over for Tom Brokaw in 2005.
No telling where he would be if he would have stayed a second day and managed to get through the door.
Cutting the grass. Folks, I know this is unique in the state of Missouri. I suspect it is in the Midwest. We're a rather nomadic industry, as you well know, and there's not a great deal of permanence in broadcasting. So the fact that the sports team at KY3 has remained intact for nearly 20 years is really an amazing story. Joe Hickman and I have been trying to give you the scores and trying to call those slam dunks and those grand slam home runs. Joe's an interesting character, and he has a compilation of the Joe's journals. And Leanne, Joe's a little different.
He's definitely a little different. You two are truly a dynamic duo, and I'm certain that a couple of those gray hairs are maybe because of Joe Hickman. I don't know for sure.
At least half of it.
As you know, he has this creative mind that tends to go off the beaten path. He's always looking for something a little bit different, going down the road, and we don't really know sometimes where that road is going to lead us. He's been doing that for years, even when I was here.
The Journal actually started out as a non-sports related feature with a series of stories that appeared on the NBC Today shows Thank Goodness It's Friday segment. It started with a beer-drinking pig, a suddenly rich bulldog who inherited a house and Cadillac car when his owner passed away. Even after the Journal became sports-oriented, we covered such strange competitions as Hootin' Hollerin' Days in Gainesville, bed racing in Aurora, ostrich racing at the Dixie Stampede, and outhouse racing at Mountain View, Arkansas's Bean Festival.
We used to serve onions. We don't do that anymore. They say that caused tear gas.
Over the years, we've showed you everything from skiing squirrels to that bizarre game of chicken at the rodeo known as the Mexican Sweat. We showed you a new way to walk your dog, holding your canine like a briefcase with a dog handle that was manufactured in Mount Vernon, Missouri. A handy tool that allows you to keep your dog from underneath your feet. And when it comes to kids, whether it's baseball, basketball, or when they forget which sport they're supposed to be playing, young ones provide that unique perspective of what's really important.
Are we going to eat?
We're gonna go eat next week.
What day?
We'll figure that after the game. This is a football game now, and that's why we got to worry about winning this football game.
But hey, eating is important, and going to the refrigerator is one of America's favorite recreational activities. As we discovered when we went door to door, what's in your refrigerator says a lot about you, whether it's the month-old Chinese food or the gravy that's been in there since 1990.
What is this?
Swamp water.
You have things that you'd leave in there for long periods of time that you couldn't identify?
I think one of them was on the floor here running around. I think we, as the guy said, we watered it and it became a cat.
We've met unique people, like Ralph Duran. who's a national champion animal caller.
One of the most exciting things to do is to call a coyote, call him into spitting distance, look him in the eye and go, boo.
The late Dick Fick, a college coach at Morehead State, who allowed us to record his manic sideline rantings during a game against the SMS Bears.
Is that a terrible shot or what? Softball, he's driving me nuts. You get screen there again, Coomer. I'm sending you home. The screen is there. Get over the screen. Hey, great job, by the way. Let's go.
We've also spent hours at local alleys just recording the reactions of bowlers and the ballet-like moves they make to try and coax that ball down the lane. And we've discovered that no matter what technique you try, nothing really works, even if you try to follow it all the way down. Our journal reports have also tried to help you appreciate the hard work of others, like the time we pulled in volunteers off the street to try and learn just 10 seconds of a sugar bear routine. And those in the tough guy competition learned two things: that real boxers have to be in great shape, and that while men may box to impress, women are interested in
hurting people.
Pro wrestling has been another one of our favorite topics over the years.
You walking waste disposal unit.
I get excited whenever they get them down there, though, and would have beaten the heck out of them.
We even found a local jeweler, Manoli Savinus, who back in the 1960s and 70s was a well-known pro wrestler named Mike Pappas. And by the way, don't ever tell a pro wrestler that their sport is fake. They're liable to take you outside and show you some of their moves. But that's okay. Over the years, I've been beaten up by the famous Chicken, the Phoenix Suns gorilla, and reluctantly pushed into wrestling a bear without the chance to even sign a release form.
Got a release, you got to sign here. A release of the club in case the bear did kill you, tear your arm off.
Sure, some may call us boneheads, but we've had fun along the way.
Coming up, 50 years of KY3 bloopers.
I think the tornadoes were an incredible disaster that hit several communities in our area, and I'll never forget the resiliency of the people in responding to that disaster, getting through it, and teaching us all about what it's like to get through hard times.
When I go to these small towns, especially to do a story, it's amazing how quickly people recognize that you're not from there, but then want to make you feel as at home as possible and as quickly as possible. They kind of just welcome you right away, and that to me is so typically Ozarks and what makes the Ozarks so great.
Congratulations, KY3, on your golden anniversary.
For 50 years in the Ozarks, KY3 has always been the place to be.
Happy anniversary!
And happy 50th anniversary from all of us at The Tonight Show.
Please welcome to the stage KY3 meteorologist Brandon Beck and former weatherman Tom Dye.
Well, Tom, it's good to have you back here. How you been keeping yourself busy since retirement?
Well, I've been pretty busy, but you know, I can go back to when you were an intern years ago, and we just had a whole lot of fun. So I hope that you wind up on some of these tapes that we're going to show.
Well, you know, it does go without saying that no matter how much Mountain Dew or coffee you drink, sometimes your tongue doesn't say what you want it to. So without any further ado, please enjoy our 50th anniversary blooper celebration.
The #1 newscast celebrating 50 years in the Ozarks.
Daily process of bringing you TV news and how we do it. Hey, you know what, folks? We're live right now, and that's kind of like an accident waiting to happen. And that's exactly what is happening at this point. We're not putting you on now. At St. John's Emergency Trauma Center to tell us more about what this means for you.
John, can you hear us?
St. John's Regional Medical Center or Health?
John's having a difficult time hearing us.
Other suggestions have been put the mule on the Missouri license plate somewhere. Again, that public hearing will begin at 7 tonight at... Dennis, what's the latest? Apparently Dennis can't hear us yet.
Ron provides accurate weather information to help you start your day off right.
And following Ozarks today, stay with...
Take 3. Picture this. I forgot my lines. Okay, so what's new? I don't know. Picture this. Severe weather is heading your way.
It sure is.
Run for cover. Take cover.
This is one of those deals I tell kids about, you know? That the chroma key blue, that's one of those things, and I wore the wrong color shirt, so you're getting to see. I always want to do this. It's going to rain right over here. In any case.
North wind humming and thrumming in the west, spreading white Christmas far and wide. The southerly breezes here are pumping up the Gulf moisture. What a combination. The Razorbacks rallying the tide. Gee, what was all that about?
We are KY3 Production, and we'd like the opportunity to visit next production.
And elections across former East German territory. National elections for the recently reunified country are scheduled for December the 2nd. 65808. Next time, put what you know about borrowing to the test. Next time, reading lessons for Steve.
We're on location this evening in Galena, Missouri, the county seat.
Hi, I'm Aunt Norma.
I'm Rusty Rooster. Oh, no.
He did it again. Money raised during the KY3 Cox Hospital Children's Miracle Network Telethon is being put to use. The first big purchase, a new mobile incinerator to be used in a helicopter to transport critically ill babies.
Made this grand entrance, steps up on stage, promptly takes one step back and goes head over heels. And
I don't know if you can tell, I'm on a little bit of a hill here. And whoops, I'm Tristan Davies in Greene County. You think this is hard to walk on? It's making trouble for farmers too. I'll tell you about that tonight.
No, healthcare, childcare, and transportation. That's what we're going to be talking about. By the time that little star...
Childproofing products, and nothing is ever fully childproof. Children can always find ways to disable them. And no, you're doing such a good job.
Of course, in the big game, big all-star game, and we're going to have that story coming up. We'll also go down memory lane for a look at some all-star moments.
Handle this, baby. Good gracious sakes. Actually, of course, I think we tend in the hoopla. Don't let that go on the street. We'll have a major. Oh, my.
Good rebound.
And the camera, too.
And we're back, and Ron Hurst is actually in the Weather Center, I believe, or on his way here to give us today's weather. Ron, are you there?
This is what's fun about live TV, don't you think?
No, actually, this is the not fun part of live TV.
We're waiting for Ron to get in place. Talk about some of the things.
Pop up that radar. Let's take a look at the
Why not?
radar right this second. Give you a look at that. Beats looking at us. You
Sure.
can see some precipitation.
You might have a mosquito problem around your house. You can find a larvicide product at Lowe's as well as MFA.
Or if you can convince them to commit suicide, that would probably help as well.
It'd take a lot of talking and they'd have to be
Exactly.
depressed, which is a whole nother story.
Thanks for watching.
down to the south, we do, you know, technology's great when the battery actually works.
Wonderful recipe. It's dangerous to stand around this man when he digs in. At the end of this cast, we're going to show you some bloopers.
Yeah.
We probably could take about a half dozen out of tonight. That's going to wrap it up.
Yes, it is.
It's all over for now. We shall return.
Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Good night. So long.
See ya.
Some of that stuff, folks, some of that stuff is getting thrown out tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our 50th anniversary show. Thank you so very much for joining us.
Before we leave you, we want you to meet the voice behind the announcer tonight. Melissa Ward, you come on out here. She is our weather person from way back when. She's an announcer on KYTV now. And as we leave you, we want you to see the people you normally don't see on TV, the people behind the scenes who make a production like this possible. Take a look.
Thank you for being here, folks, and we'll see you in 2053 for our 100th. Thank you all. Good night, everyone.
2.